Great. I love not sleeping. Oh, I bet you tasted it. That's horrible. I would have been dead. Guinness Book of World Records, round them up. I have a record right now. The plot thickens. Oh, no, no, no. What's up, you beauties? How you doing? Episode 44 of Classroom Horror Stories. It's gonna walk up, it's gonna punch you in the throat. You're gonna be like, ugh, after you watch episode 44. You're gonna have no idea what to do. You're gonna be like, what do I do? Nothing. You don't do anything because Horror Stories comes back and it kicks you in the forehead. Episode 44, I'm past the point of trying to understand why you guys like this series. We all know we have mental illness. We're in the same group, okay? The boat is together. We're all on the same exact boat and it's going to an incorrect destination because it's just us and our brain cells bouncing around and we're all screwed. No one's explained to me properly enough or succinctly enough why you guys like this. You can try to go in the comments and make it make sense, but it hasn't. Hundreds of you have tried to explain why you like this series. No one's made it make sense. It's just basically you saying, yeah, I'm crazy too. So here we are. One big, happy, messed up, mentally unwell family. You can try to explain it to me, and I will comment back if it makes sense, but it doesn't. It makes no sense whatsoever. But we're back, episode 44. A reminder, if you want your story to be featured in an episode of Classroom Horror Stories, you gotta put it in the comments, okay? They're always going to be down in the comments, so just do that. Make it gruesome. I want to see all of the crazy stuff that came out of your schools around the world. That's another thing, around the world. We are global. Caroline, cue the Missa Worldwide. Put a bald cap on me. God, I hope she put a bald cap on me. I want to know where you're watching from. So if you're in some random little house in London and you want to say that you're there, type London. All right. If you're down in Australia, a lot of you are down in Australia, I want you to type Australia. Tell me where you're from. Tell me you're from the capital, which is Cabarera. I don't know. But I know it's not Melbourne or Sydney. A lot of people think it's Melbourne or Sydney. It's not. It's Cabarera. Yeah. I love seeing where you guys are from, especially the ones that I don't expect. Like I saw somebody who was watching from South Africa. Why would someone in South Africa watch this? We've been over that. It doesn't make sense. But we're about to get into it. Episode 44. Buckle your seatbelts. This one is just disgusting. All right, round one. This one was titled, I've sent this 6 times. So I'm sorry. I do see the stories, but I have so many that I need to choose just a couple for each episode. So if you're sending stories and you're not sure if I'm seeing them or if you might be featured later, just keep sending them. I promise you I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can, okay? Promise. Dear Sir Smells a Lot. I'm writing this from Krakow, Poland. Another Pole. Welcome to the chat. I was watching an earlier episode and you mentioned that you were Polish. Jak się masz? Dzień dobry. Can somebody confirm that I said that right? I need to learn more Polish, Jesus. This story's from when I was much younger. I was about 12 years old. I had a teacher who was very, very, very old. She was in a 45th year of teaching. A veteran. And she was 76 years old. I mean, Christ. Teaching, like working at 76 in general is nuts. Teaching at 76 is war. She was a nice woman and a good enough teacher, but she had one problem that made her very well known around the school. This teacher would fart, and she wouldn't know that it's happening. Are you sure? Because this is what I tell Rania, and I'm lying. I don't know about all that. We think it might have been some type of neurological disorder or nerve damage in her ass that causes her to be unaware of when she's farting. Interesting. This is good to know. I'm gonna use this in the future. But there's also a possibility that she's doing it to be funny. Exactly. That's why I do it. The issue is that it smelled like sulfur. It smelled like sulfur mixed with rotten milk. Oh my God. She would always position herself with her ass right next to a student's face. In this story, unfortunately, I was the target. I sat in the front of the class because I have bad vision. Feel that. Got LASIK. Don't have it anymore. Don't feel it anymore. She had dropped a piece of chalk that she was using to write on the whiteboard in the front of the class. She leaned forward, ass probably a foot away from my face, and let out one of the most destructive farts I had ever heard in my entire life. Oh! Oh, I bet you tasted it. That's horrible. A foot away? No, that's like legitimately like, that can cause issues. I'm still growing back my eyebrows. I can't prove it, but I think she gave me pink eye in both of my eyes. Oh my dear Christ. Oh, pink eye in both of my eyes that day. Yikes, you're coming back to school just... Oh, that's tough. The students in the class were silent with shock. I think I just left my body. After that day, I transferred classes. I couldn't explain it to the school because I felt bad about telling this old woman that she might have stunted my sense of smell. Oh my God, this is phenomenally written. Well done. From what I've heard, she's still lighting landmines in the classroom even 10 years later today. I hope you enjoyed this. Enjoy your day, Mr. Lorax. Listen, when you're pushing 86 years old, you're just in the classroom so that you can fart in kids' faces. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect it. Honestly, like, if you're making your day's goal to get to class, you filled up on like oats and like Greek yogurt so you can just like maniacally blow off eyebrows. Listen, you're playing chess. Everyone else is playing checkers. Yikes. Oh my God. Well, that's horrific. Let's do another one.
I wish I had a free bag of chips.
What?
I wish I had a free bag of chips.
A free bag of chips? What kind of chips?
Cheetos.
Thank you.
All right, let's run it back. Round two. Hi, Mr. J. My name is Sharon, and I want to write you a story about something that happened at my kid's school the other day. We live in Texas. The fact of the matter is that we essentially live in a desert environment. Because of this, there are a lot of animals near the public schools and near our homes. The principal of my kid's school sent me an email. The email was sent to every single parent in the school. The email said, "Dear families, as a part of our school policy, it's important to us that we relay any big events that have happened in the school that might affect your children. If I was a parent, my soul would have left my body." That's a promise. I would have been dead. No, I would have passed out dead right there. Today, we had an incident between two students that got very dangerous at recess. I would die. I'm not even a parent. I don't have a kid. And I know I would die. I would decease. I would not exist anymore. During this recess time, two students were caught using live scorpions to try to give each other tattoos using pen ink. Do you know how sometimes people wait until 12 o'clock on New Year's to say a phrase for the first time that year? They'll say like, "blue octopus," and they'll be the first person in that year to say it. This must be the first time that these words have come together in a sentence. I will not believe any otherwise. Listen to this. Two students were caught using live scorpions to try to give each other tattoos using pen ink. There is no goddamn way that any human in the history of humans has ever said that collection of words in that order. No way. I refuse to accept it. So, Guinness Book of World Records, round them up. I have a record right now. I just did that. It is crucially important that you talk to your children about the dangers of this behavior and the fact that it's not acceptable at our school. Like this is a trend. What are you talking about? When I talked to my son about this situation, he told me something completely different. The plot thickens. He told me that the students were not consensually giving tattoos to one another. There was one student who had found a scorpion and was chasing other students around, threatening to, quote, give them a life-altering tattoo. Okay, I get coming from a very bad household, but what the hell is that about? There is no TV show that taught him this. I would have at least heard of it. I'm 29. There is no inspiration for this. This is a God-given talent. This is a devil-given talent, okay? This kid needs to be put in a box. Not like dead, but like constrained. You know, like watched to see if maybe he might be, I don't know,
Let's just
possessed
say
by the
the
devil.
devil
You know, just
do
to
it.
be sure. I can't wait to see your reaction to this video, and hopefully I have no more stories to send this year. If you get something like that, you need to pack your family up and you need to move to Mars, because that can't happen more than once in a lifetime in existence of the Earth.
That can't happen more than once. The school's got to get burned down if that happens more than once. Jesus. No, I mean, I know myself. I would never have my kids there again. No. See ya. Adios. Well, that was terrible. Thank you for writing in. Whew. All right, let's do another one.
Got my little gallon of chocolate milk today, actually. Literally just a little gallon of chocolate milk. You know what the vibes are, actually.
All right, here we go. Dear Mr. Augustus Mayhew. Somebody said that a couple episodes back, and now every story I get tagged in, or every time I get DM'd, it's, Dear Mr. Augustus Mayhew, Dear Mr. Mayor of Whoville. I get it, Christmas is coming. I don't look like the mayor of Whoville. I have a story that I think might keep you up for 3 weeks. Great. I love not sleeping. Cool. When I was in my 4th year of teaching 3rd grade, I had a student do something that I will literally never be able to unsee. Fantastic. You got me on the edge of my freaking seat. My students and I were talking about airplanes. Somehow we got into the conversation about how when you're on an airplane, sometimes your ears pop. Okay, this all seems normal so far. Naturally, we talked about how in order to unpop your ears, there are a couple of quick fixes you can do while you're on the plane. I told them about how you can chew gum, you can yawn very wide, and if those don't work, you can clear your ears by holding your nose, closing your mouth, and blowing out. You're an idiot. Oh my God, you're an idiot. 3rd graders? Oh no. Nope. I can already feel where this is coming. I didn't think anything of teaching this to my students. I turned around and continued my lesson up at the board until I heard an ear-piercing scream from the top of my lungs of one of my students. When I turned around, I saw a student who had apparently held his nose and blew so hard that both of his eyes popped out of his head. Oh, no. Absolutely not. His eyes popped out of his head, plural, both, duo. I would quit on the spot. I would be done. You'd never see me again. They were dangling down next to his nose. Obviously, I panicked, picked him up, and ran him to the room for the nurse. I would have passed out. I would have died. My soul would have... I would have been dead. The nurse was mortified, but took him and got him an ambulance to go to the hospital. Apparently, this situation isn't all that crazy in the medical world. Nothing's crazy in the medical world. You could walk in with a pitchfork through your forehead, and they'd be like, all right, take a seat, fill out this form. Nothing's crazy in the medical world. They've seen everything. The student was back in the classroom the next day? Fuck that. No. Get him out. Get him and his little weird dangly eyeballs out of here. He was pretty normal aside from one eye that was drifting a little bit. The entire class was completely mortified. His eye is just doing this and no one's seeing that as a red flag. I hope you read this in episode 44. I hope you have an amazing day. I would have if this didn't happen. Holy shit. No, there are some signs in life that you need to quit the job you're doing, you know? Like signs from God that say you're not fit for this or this is not fit for you. Like, this is one of those signs. This wouldn't have happened if you were there. This is your sign. Pack it up. No, Jesus. Oh God. I hope I never see that. I hope I never see that ever. I would be okay with living my whole life with never ever seeing that. I'd be so fine with it.
Hate this place, man. I hate this place. I genuinely hate the UK. I genuinely cannot stand the UK, bro. Every day I go to work, I just get more and more upset, bro. Every time I have to leave, like, I can't even explain to you why I feel like this. It's just poo, bro. It's just... how do the skies always look grey, bro? How does everything just always look tired? I'm tired and I got a 12-hour sleep last night.
All right, well, you guys could be anywhere but you're here, and I think that that's actually really cool. Go below here and promise me in full caps that I will never have to see someone's eyes dangling out of their head like this person did, because I don't think I'd handle it so cool. While you're in the comments, tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing those. That makes me so happy. This was terrible. It's almost Christmas time, but I'm not in the spirit. All I'm picturing is eyeballs hanging on a tree, and that's a gross thing to think about. That's horrible. I'm gonna actively forget that last story, But let me know if you want episode 45. I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Also, we like to shout out one subscriber who's just been super loyal, commenting, loving every video. We appreciate you so much. This person. So go show them some love, and I'll see you in the next episode.